Hi there, Parvathy. Great job writing these essays. It's so important to take the time, to find the time to prepare for IELTS, especially with writing. I know how difficult it can be to find and make that time, but good work doing it. So let's get right into your correction and see what you had to say. Okay, the first essay is, some people think that schools have to be more entertaining. Sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? Okay, let's see what you said. Education institutions are where the future leaders are created. Recently, many individuals debate that schools should become more fun. However, some believe that the main goal is education. I totally agree that schools should not only be a place of study, but also a place of fun, as this is where a child's personality is built and molded. Okay, M-O-L-D-E-D. This essay will discuss why schools should not be only for gaining knowledge via a set syllabus, but entertainment is, not entertainments, singular, is as important. And quote a few examples such as enrichment and recreational clubs. Okay. Here your grammar got kind of muddled. Let me tell you why. So, this essay will discuss why schools should not be only for gaining knowledge via set syllabus, but so it will discuss why, but that entertainment is as important. And quote a few examples. Okay, I mean, it's just a little overly complex, and that's why I had to read it like 3 times basically, because you're saying this essay will do essentially 3 things, right? So we'll discuss why schools should not only be for gaining knowledge. It will discuss that entertainment is as important, and it will quote a few examples. So as you can see, these 3 functions of your essay, it's kind of difficult to read. So what I would suggest is simplifying this a little bit. I mean, it's a really, really important statement here. So try to simplify it a little. Okay. Firstly, from primary to higher level education, institutions should not only focus on pure education, okay? Adjective in front of a noun, not adverb. Should not only focus purely on education. Now, if you had done that, that would have been perfect. So focus purely on education, as it is important to have a diversified system here, where studies and entertainment are balanced. 2 things are balanced. This is largely because studies alone can be, very dry and boring. Students would not be motivated to even come to school. When children are not inspired, absenteeism and truancy would increase, which in turn can lead to social issues. That's a nice point. Good. In addition, syllabus based on, plural is usually syllabi, just throwing it out there, it's a Latin word, so. In addition, syllabi based on just the discipline would not give the student an opportunity to recognize other talents one might possess. Here you need double S, and this could be a great loss to the student and society. Thus, including curriculum activities in the education system is extremely important. Okay, so I wasn't really a huge fan of this word here, because it's not clear what you mean by discipline. Remember that discipline is a word that has a couple of different meanings, so what you meant here is not clear. And then I don't think you mean curriculum activities. I think you mean something else, like extracurricular activities, okay? On the other hand, schools should be the places where children or students look forward. Here, students look forward to going to, all right, let me try this again. On the other hand, schools should be the places where children or students look forward to going to. I look forward to going to school. Yes. And this could be achieved by making, ing after by, making them, because it's schools, remember? Making them places to showcase their hidden talents. This can be done by including extra fun activities in the education system. Sports, for example, are not given enough attention or emphasis. Here, you want a semicolon, okay? and then you want they, because it's sports, they should be made compulsory, as this would make students healthier and even spot a few sport talents and personalities. Furthermore, enrichment clubs like robotics, chess, language, to name a few, give youngsters options to explore their creativity and curiosity. Therefore, children who are diversified would shine better in life as they are exposed to so many skills, and they would be able to handle hurdles thrown at them, as they would have developed some survival is the word you want here, skills such as interpersonal skills, winning and losing mentality, thus making them versatile and strong. Good, I like that. Okay, my one issue with your body paragraphs so far is that you've basically just taken the one side that, we need to include these enjoyable activities. And so since your second body paragraph is essentially an extension of this, I would not have used on the other hand here. We use on the other hand when we're showing a contrasting idea, but it doesn't look like you've done that, because both paragraphs are basically supporting this idea that, yeah, there should be enjoyable and fun activities in the school. Okay? Okay, so going on to your conclusion now. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that education should be fun, encouraging young people to be more creative and imaginative, which in turn produces happy people, a happy nation. I feel like there should be some sort of happy people and a happy nation. If education is mundane, many would just study for survival. All right, fine, nice. Okay, a couple little things throughout as we talked about. So let's move on to your second essay here. There it is. Enjoyable activity. Okay, let's see what you have to say about this one. Well, this one says, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Okay. Children are like sponges with an S, plural. They absorb almost anything. Now here you needed a semicolon or a colon. All right, not a comma. So they absorb almost anything if they are taught in a fun and playful manner. I believe that carrying out exciting, you're missing a C here, activities is the best way. Why? Because this is your noun here. Carrying out exciting activities, and it's singular. So, is the best way to develop and harness our creativity and awareness. This essay will discuss the opinion above, using robotics and arts to demonstrate points and support arguments. Okay, fine. First and foremost, one of the best ways to educate young minds is via hands-on what? Hands-on learning, okay? That's the way you want to use this. Just hands-on itself is not enough, not here at least. This is largely because when they have the exposure to the activity directly, instead of just reading a book, they would be able to relate the subject better. Okay, relate to the subject better. Maybe you don't mean relate, I'm not sure, but there's some awkwardness there. Robotics, for instance. Okay. There's something missing here. Let's see. Take, for instance, the case of robotics. And then you can use like a colon here. All right. And then when youngsters are taught to build robots, their hand-eye coordination and motor skills improve. They are learning while having fun. This isn't its own clause. I mean, it needs to be a clause to be separated like this, okay? So you need to make some grammatical changes here. Thus, the benefits obtained are undeniable as kids, yet in an essay like this, and generally in IELTS, don't use the word kids. Prefer children, prefer youngsters, prefer students, but not kids. It's too informal. So, as children would be able to remember what they have learned for a long period. Secondly, other than the improvement in interpersonal skills among parents or teachers and children, encouraging them to participate in activities would open up their mind, allowing, see, I just did it automatically without even reading it, allowing, ing, them to discover themselves. One example of this is art. It allows young minds to express themselves through drawings and paintings. When a child mixes colors, like red and yellow, which gives orange, you're missing the subject here. It will be remembered by him or her since it was felt and seen physically, not just read. You don't need it here. In an art book. Therefore, children will accumulate tremendous knowledge through activities. Okay. This is interesting. Essentially, your point, it's the same point. I mean, you're saying that with robotics, yeah, okay, they developed their hand-eye you mentioned hand-eye coordination and motor skills, but then you said they will remember what they have learned because they did it, okay? And then here again, they will remember what they learned because they did it. And it's fine. However, here you were talking about interpersonal skills, and there's nothing about interpersonal skills here. Or rather, here. I mean, yeah, you didn't, other than the improvement in interpersonal skills. I mean, where did you talk about that? That's where I'm confused. So, secondly, other than the improvement in interpersonal skills, I mean, the way you phrased it is as if it's like a given, like it's something you've already discussed, but you haven't. Okay? And I kind of feel like you're basically repeating. I mean, this whole thing about you remember through doing. It's just like you've repeated it twice. So, all right. So to conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that children learn much more from doing or carrying out activities. Reading is undoubtedly vital, but being directly involved in the learning process allows them to have first-hand knowledge and opens up their minds to become much more creative and imaginative. All right, that was beautiful. I love that. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's very nice. So essentially, these were very good attempts. Your first essays, they were very good attempts for your first time. So well done. I want you to think about some of the comments that I made in terms of development, in terms of how to answer, and just some other things in terms of grammar and so forth. But you're definitely on the right track. So well done. Keep on writing. What you need to do now is to correct these essays based on the feedback you received today, and add those errors to an error correction list that you will kind of build on with each subsequent essay. And then you can use this error correction list to kind of see what sorts of mistakes you keep making so that you can avoid them in the future. All right, and then of course send these back to us with your next essays. Try to do this within the next day or so that you can really assimilate all of the things that you've been learning. So I will leave you to your next writing assignments. Best of luck with that, and I will be waiting for your next essays.